toward thinking sound like it was positions for like a ritual spell.
Do you guys hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, it's making sure
Now,
because
yes.
I started I DC'd for a short time, so I just making sure it's fine. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right, cool. Hopefully it's back. All right, cool. Yeah. Sorry. So you asked.
So, based off of what I was hearing in his mind, did it sound like the ducks are going to be used as like a component in a ritual spell?
No.
Like, are they directions or something? No.
No, there's nothing he's saying he's indicating at all. It just seems like a sentimental thing. That's the only thing you've gained.
Well, because he was like forward,
Yeah.
back, and then like a couple other directions.
Yeah, but he's
So-
saying that those are nicknames like for himself.
Oh, okay. I was
The
thinking they were
nicknames
like
of
the
family
positions
members.
where he puts the ducks to, like, summon Cthulhu or Duck Cthulhu.
Quack Lulu.
Quack Cthulhu, yes.
Okay. I mean, that's not what he's getting from at least. That's not what he said. So,
Alright.
I mean, he's you don't know, but like for sure, but that his story seems to be he wants some sentimental value, and
Okay.
So, and with the insight check, that seems to be you seems like it's telling the truth, and you don't really notice anything off about him. It seems to be giving away anything else. So,
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Any other questions you gotta ask me?
So we're talking about. You said a giant sentient clam. Is this like a big thing? Because I've never encountered a giant sentient clam before. So
Well,
just want to make sure.
they're not exactly the most common sorts of people around them, not people creatures, but yeah, she just looks like a normal clam, but large size, and she'll talk to you in her mind. She's got kind of like telepathic powers. It's very interesting. I don't know. Very off the first time you hear it. They spooked me the first time we're just standing around or swimming around in the ocean and like start hearing voices in our head and we're like, what's going on? but yeah, she's friendly in sort. She's not gonna harm you or anything. She just go talk to her and be like, hey, I'm here for Tord's thing, and she'll tell you. She'll give it up, I'm sure. If not, you can tell her to message me and I'll give her the go ahead. So sure, it'll be fine.
Ekris. Well, so Ekris is like, so this just some rube lost his duck. He just wants his ducks. We can do that. I goes, you guys
And
wanna
mentally,
have yeah. I'm like, do you guys want to have some fun?
well, mentally, I'm thinking it's like, oh god,
boy.
Well, mentally, I'm like, as soon as like saying, it's like, oh yeah, it's like she's friendly, she's not gonna harm you. It's like mentally, it's like we killed his friend, and he can message them back and forth. So it's like, the fuck.
Here's what I could do. I could walk outside and then come back as me because I've been disguised as this drow before.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Come in and walk up to Walter and set the ducks and a chunk of clamshell on the table and be like, "Where's my reward?" And you guys can be like, "What the fuck?" And we could just like bust this place open, or we can just walk away and come back.
I
Or we
mean,
can just come back tomorrow and get the bounty.
that
No
would
problem.
basically prompt me and Krivdar to have a fight with you in the middle of this thing because
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. I was going to cast Synaptic Static, which would basically be a telepathic attack against everyone in here.
Yes.
But I protected you guys with Intellect Fortress. So you'd be resistant to the damage, so you'd take half. And if you would have advantage on your saving throw, so you'd probably only take quarter. But maybe we just come back tomorrow and turn to the ducks. No harm, no foul. No.
Gordon will chime in on the mental link. Let's not commit active terrorism before we get paid.
That sounds like a
Right.
good idea.
I mean, you could just say you just walk in and give him the ducks without the clam shell and causing emotional distress, because then he's like, who the fuck are these guys? I'm here for the bounty, and basically look like you poached the bounty when it's really that we're all together.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll just.
I mean, you could. I
Let's-
mean, basically, half of your plan is good. The other half is like, okay, you're supposed to be the lawful good character. And yeah, napalm.
I mean, I could
Dark
cast
side.
level 6
You're
flame
literally-
strike on
you're-
the building, but
You're
know.
literally the guy like just like walks away, unpins the grenade with your teeth, and drop it and walk away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
And so I end the
we are rubbing off
conversation.
on you. We are terrible influences on
I
you.
end the mental
Yeah.
conversation with just like, it was just a thought, guys. Carry on.
Like,
True thoughts.
like, well, the person who's chaotic good by nature, it's like is all for the chaos. It's like, okay, there's times and places for the chaos. This is not the time or the place. They haven't paid us yet. After they pay us, then we can drop a smoke screen or something like that. Or
Fair enough. Just tell them we'll be back tomorrow night with the bounty, because it shouldn't be too hard for us to kill a clam.
like I would then just ask well, I already did ask is there anything else there? And he says nope, just the clam, which is now I'm thinking back, it's where the fuck did those two octopus things come from?
Mhm.
Where did the thing that was outside it come from? It's were they just there and the two things, psychic octopuses found a psychic clam and decided to be buddies? Is that basically the whole deal?
Gordon's still got Duck Thulu in his mind.
Maybe.
Like their sidekicks, yeah.
What would I roll to try? Would that be an internal investigation? Try to put these pieces together. Am I just able to ascertain was it the fact that we found three other creatures, one on the outside of the portal, two on the inside, that these were just random things that just appeared there and decided to give company to this clam lady?
Well, we know Mork and Mindy specifically said that they were there to guard a thing.
I think they were there to guard her, not it.
Yeah, but usually you don't put very high skilled guardians for a random clam.
Well, investigation does let me put clues together from what I'm now gathering. Can I? Could I roll an investigation?
Sure,
See if I can connect
Sure,
dots?
connect the dots.
Investigate.
Nope. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so in your mind you create the internal whiteboard and you start.
Yeah, I'm trying to do. Yeah,
Flashing
I'm trying to do
things.
the Sherlock Holmes kind of thing, but it ends up being Charlie Day with the chaos board.
Man. All right, so yeah, you can't, you don't know for sure, but it could be a number of possibilities. It could be it could be he put them there and he's not saying. He could be they decide to make the place a lair and say they decided they liked the place and they want to hang out there. You don't know. All you know is it's hidden away somewhere where people can't reach it, and it's not. And people, it says hidden away and defended really well. She's not sure how much of that was his doing or how much of it was luck, but it's hard to tell. The stuff itself does not seem valuable. It's not stuff people are gonna come steal or anything really. For the most part,
it's weird that a giant sentient clam just happened to have a very valuable crafting liquid with a bunch of ducks on top of it. It's
exactly.
Something's not.
There is a alternate possibility. Perhaps the sentient clam is how the valuable crafting resources normally acquired.
I mean,
it's the thing that produces.
Yeah, it
Maybe.
could be.
Well, then I'm going to do a mental link to
Sense.
everybody saying we need to do some research on sentient clams and see if they produce crafting liquid just out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
we'll work.
Mhm.
okay.
Actually, when Riss mentions that, Gordon's going to reach into his bag and pull out his couple of volumes of monsters and how to cook them, and see if it mentions anything about large clams making stuff that can be used for crafting.
Were you pulling out in the middle on the table while you were talking to this guy?
Well, no, because I
He's
got
outside.
kicked out.
Oh, sorry,
You got checked
that's right,
out.
you're kicked
Yeah,
out.
he was escorted out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, you leave and you're checking your books out. Okay.
Mhm.
Because I mentally
Because
said
I've got
hey,
2
somebody
volumes
do
of
some
monstrous
research.
cuisine.
Okay, so you thumb yourself to the sentient clam section, and the sentient clams, yes. So basically,
Giant psychic sentient clam.
yes, very common, Nah. So basically, yeah, you look through it quickly, and you can kind of skim through. You've probably read it before, so you probably have an idea what things are. You look at the table contents, whatever, and you basically find this section talking about sentient clams. They're very rare. They're very, very rare, and they have some of the valuable stuff inside them. Some normal clams are known for having pearls sometimes every once in a while, and some is the sentient specially particularly powerful magic clams can have magic items in them, in this case pearl power maybe, and or some other stuff liquid stuff like that could be valuable.
Gordon's like, God damn it, we should kidnap that clam. It had all the crafting fluid we ever need.
Sounds like we got a lot. 2 liters sounds like an
It's,
awful
it's a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but still,
Mm.
I don't know.
We literally killed the goose that lays the golden eggs. 'cause
Yeah.
I mean, you did.
2 liters
You
is
murdered
40
an innocent
is like
clam.
40K.
Have you no shame?
How are we going to get it home? It's not going to fit in the bag.
Yeah.
But on your back.
Plus we have,
I'll
plus
try
we have
that
the
too.
chump.
I've
we have the chum
technically
field
got
outside
plane.
that place.
I've got the materials for plane shift. I just need like 2 more levels, and then I'd be able to plane shift it into our sigil.
Oh God.
Also, can you plane shift something that would be unwilling? Plus this was an aquatic creature, because like if we took it outside of the water plane, would it have
We'd
died?
make an aquarium for it.
Yeah, except that would take
Swimming pool.
create a Star Trek level aquarium for a whale.
These clams here.
Get your clams.
People were wondering like how do we get the giant wide load trailer of a clam to haul into a city?
Well, we only haul it into the city. I just plane shift it to our front door, and then we toss it in the tank. It's out of the air for 2 minutes tops.
We could create another business, aquarium.
There we go.
Yes.
It's like souvenirs of the sea.
All right, are we done with this guy? Can we go home?
I
and
don't
crap
know.
now?
What you
I
got
think.
All right.
mean,
So
I don't have any other thoughts. Like basically we
Oh,
the ducks were literally the bounty, and he's just
Yep.
too embarrassed to say that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
all I can say is I'm glad Rinen's not there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
Also-
Rinen would have thought that
Actually-
I almost died for the clams.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to do this. Like as we're like getting ready to like walk away, I'd like turn back and I do the Columbo. It's like, wait, one more thing, and I ask like, how long ago did you put those ducks in the clam?
It's been a while. I'd say probably
Been a
around
while.
It's been a while. It's been probably around like 25 years at this point. It's
25 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the clam said. It checks. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like clearly not very sentimental friendship. Just like you were basically a
Hold on, my shit. Bye.
Well,
They were living storage.
They can match each other.
It was a living storage unit,
They
basically.
match each other. They hang out. They call once in a while. Not often, but they hang out, talk every so often. And the next time you try to talk to her, he's gonna have a problem.
Look, it's just an oyster call instead of a booty call.
All right. Are we all leaving? Are we all walking out?
Gordon's already
that was-
head back to our place.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
Chris
was
is
basically
gonna
just me
take
and
control.
Crypt are the only ones there right at that
I'm
point.
going to take
Well, I
control
would
of the
definitely
duplicate
support
again. The
you.
duplicate's going to
Fine.
follow you guys out.
Fine.
Duplicate's going to go down like some dark alley where no one sees, and then he's going to drop or just stay out of the way. Then switch back to invisible me. Going to kind of walk up past Walter and just put like one hand on his shoulder while invisible and whisper in his ear, "Not the guard you can see you need to worry about. It's the one you can't see." And then he'll walk away.
Spook this guy.
Yeah.
Oh God, this poor guy. All he wants is a duck.
Well,
All he wants is a cute
To be
little
fair
duck.
though, if he wants revenge now on because we ended up killing his friend who's been pen pals with apparently, he knows not to fuck with us. It's like
Maybe
now
he'll
it's gonna
say-
be like seconds like, wait, was that bad guard really a bad guard? And because he's now got an invisible one that was just behind me,
Mhm.
and a guy with no his face covered up, and he didn't say a word.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay.
And I walk away. Yeah.
You walk
I technically
away.
offered him ice cream. He didn't want it. So.
I had to burn our dual concentration to pull it out, just so you guys know.
Mm.
Okay.
We're gonna go sleep anyway, so we'll get it back tomorrow.
Well, So,
Yeah.
so what else you guys doing for the day? Is that it? Basically, that's it.
While we're
after
leaving though,
assessing
I'm gonna like
the library to get a 6-level spells all read and add it into a spell book at some point. So I don't know if we
Mhm.
want to do that today or tomorrow.
It's up to you. I mean, that's
Well-
basically try to take it like a day to just do it because it's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
but
because I know we probably like spooked the hell out of that guy. It's like I'm gonna like mentally like tell Krivdar is like we're just gonna like meander around a little bit around the city before we head back to where we're going, just in case we get tailed. And I may do like dude, you don't know how winking works. I swear to God, nobody knows how
That's
winking
me.
works.
I don't know how.
So,
Mm.
I am rolling like shit this.
Yep.
Well, thank God we didn't have to do any serious negotiation. I would have failed miserably.
Yeah. You can't tell shit. So, I mean,
Like,
I mean,
it's like I'm so distracted. It's like I'm so distracted about how bad my friend is at winking. It's like I'm not really paying attention, even though my passive perception is.
You like
24.
look at him and walk into like a light post, like
anyways, so yeah, so you guys, so yeah, I guess that's it for today. I guess and for that day. So you guys, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
yeah, probably.
All
Which
right.
I didn't use any spells, so I don't need to like. Actually, the only thing I need to reset is my gun.
All right. Also, before you guys left, he told you guys to like meet him back here, if, or to send word to Gordon if you end up finding the ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
All right.
So we're gonna come back there the next day, same spot. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So
We'll probably like wait at least maybe like 5 or 6 hours from the time that we came today, just like make it look like we were there and back kind of thing. And
Like,
rest-
Gone
back
for a
at,
day
like-
and change.
Like
Yeah.
8 p.m. in the evening, go back and
Yeah,
we
something
got
like
your
that.
stuff.
okay.
Maybe wet your hair
Yeah.
so it looks like you were underwater.
maybe do like a like. Does anybody have like the message spell, like the sending spell or something like that, so we can just like say, hey, we got your shit. We're on our way. Let us know.
I'm
know
probably
that's-
prepared.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
wow.
sure Renan can do it because I remember I was able to do it on my cleric back in the day.
The only thing I could do is like message, which is 120-foot range, so I ain't gonna do
Mhm.
shit.
Well, he told you.
I have to
You
prepare.
guys tell. You could tell Gordon, and Gordon would do it for you guys. But yeah, it's fine. It's a third level spell, and it's people can cast our clerics, wizards, and bards. So yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. So I can prepare it if I need to.
Yeah, I don't have sending. I think I just have message, which is like a first level.
Yeah, it's much weaker.
Nah, it's a cantrip, but yeah.
What is it?
I used 5 spell slots on a shopping trip, including a 4th.
Oh
and a
yeah,
5th.
Yeah.
message is a cantrip. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that mislead. I'm like, okay, wait a second. It's
Yeah.
2 of me, but you only see the one.
Man, Eckert, you use so many
Yep.
spells I don't see anyone else use. Like all these spells, I'm like, what the hell does this even do? Like contact other planes, initial magic aura.
That's you. You gave me every spell, like 90%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
no
think you
one
actually
is
use them all.
ever gonna take. No one's ever gonna take them
I know.
because
Yeah, you literally gave him a shopping list.
when you're like,
Yeah.
hey, look, you can only have 20 spells in your spell books. People are gonna take the best ones. When you're like, you got them all, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna find a use for this one, even
Yeah.
if it's once.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
great.
you
it's just,
ba- you
I'm
basically-
confused.
You basically have like the infinite binder spellbook
Yeah,
thing that
you
like you store all of them. You just have to like you can only access so many per
My
day.
spell book is
Mhm.
like volume 17.
Plop.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's good though. It's
It's
good.
basically basically those like giant tomes you see at libraries that are like almost
Yeah.
like decorative, but they're still technically functional.
Yes, yeah, it's basically
Mhm.
an encyclopedia of spells. So
the complete works of Calvin and Hobbes. It's like 200,
Yeah.
like
I
2,040.
owned one of those.
oh really? Sheesh.
Mm.
Right, long rest.
All right, so you guys,
Uh,
do where you
Well,
do.
well, when we go back, I am gonna do some crafting. At least get like at
Yeah.
least one grenade and one smoke bomb. I don't know if I can get all three, like all 6, but at least try to get within that. Because when we we started like basically in the morning time, we did our shopping and stuff like that, and then we did our meeting. So it's still like like what, midday, 3 o'clock. in the
Yeah.
afternoon?
Yeah, it's not like
It's like
late.
mid-afternoon.
It's not-
So
late.
yeah, I would at least spend 4 or 5 hours trying to craft at least one grenade, one smoke bomb,
Sure.
just in case.
And I'll go to the library and start doing some spells because it's going to take a while for my robes to get made and my
Yes.
ivory statue
Mhm.
to get made. So I probably got a couple days before I can do anything with those.
Yeah, and Gord will be workshopping some of the stuff he wants Riss to try and produce for him. So
Okay, so
I'll go back to the store and ring the bell again and then just leave.
Actually, yes, I want to try and make one bell, like one little ding bell. That probably shouldn't take too long for
Okay.
for me.
So if you're not doing anything complicated, we'll just say that you don't have to roll a check for it. You just did it. So just use up some.
Yeah,
some
the bell I could probably just use for the whatever metal supplies I have, which is some basic stuff. I probably will have to roll for
Now
the
I want-
bombs
Grenades.
and the smoke bombs, just
Mhm.
so I don't blow myself up.
Sure.
I
So
don't want to sneak in the middle of the night and put a magic mouth on the bottom of the bell so when you hit it, it's like, ow!
You
I
monster.
can do that. I can actually do that. I do like
Yeah,
magical
so
tinkering.
yeah, Arthur can do it too. Yeah.
I can do magical tinkering with that.
Oh my
I can
God.
view a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice, 5-foot radius, up to 6-second long recorded message. So I can basically like ding.
We're gonna have a bounty on us and Sigil after all
Probably.
this.
Like,
Yeah, you
sheesh.
hit it. You hit it. The bell's like, "Oh, dude, why?" Like,
Oh no, mischievous people. Freaking
With
like,
all the magic in the universe at our
at this
fingertips.
point, you make like Home Alone kid, the Home Alone kid from Home Alone. You're just like,
Actually,
Macaulay Culkin,
I could
yeah.
like, I could like, like next time we go there, like, if I know that he's like, not paying attention, I just swap the bells.
poor,
Like,
poor guy.
so
What
when
did
he
he
like, when like somebody else goes like, ding, what the fuck?
do?
You could switch the bell for a whoopee
well,
cushion.
I guess since we're still early in the day, I
There
guess
you go.
before Ekarus goes home, he does want to stop at some shops now and look into the pricing and the market for this dungeon and see like if there is a place we could sell it and how much they're willing to offer, how much they're willing to buy.
Okay, so
I know we
also-
want to keep some. We want to keep some.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
Right,
need
well,
gold
also,
for what I want.
Also, just to backtrack, you said that, we had 7 ducks and like 6 of them are okay. Like, did you actually melt the one? Like, is it something that we could probably
No,
repair, like,
In
fix?
the rounds I had to get out of the clam, I got 6.
Okay, gotcha.
Hmm.
Because I was thinking, like, did you melt one of them? If not, I can like, get maybe like.
He was thinking of it, but he didn't do it.
Right. I backtracked
Yeah.
that because Vicky was like, "Well, before you do that, they have faces," and I was like, "Okay, hang on."
yeah, because he's asking what they look like. I'm like, okay, so this is what they
Okay.
look like, and I'll just explain before
Okay,
he melts it.
gotcha.
But
I just want to know, like, do I need to like start doing some repair work on one of those ducks?
mending,
Mhm.
mend the poor robot.
which I don't have, so I'd have to do manual mending. got rid of that
Gordon's
for-
got
for
mending.
fun.
He'll help you out with that.
There
You
you
could.
go. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But-
All right.
but-
Anyways, so yeah,
So,
I
I
guess
would need to do some.
crap. Yeah, just
rolling
do crap
myself.
checks for to not explode eventually. So
So I basically get +8 because I get to double my proficiency. Do I add any of my modifier like intelligence or something like that to my Tinker's tools, or?
I think you get your intelligence plus your. Actually, wait, you double your modifier?
Well,
Because
that
he's
was
a
one of my
artificer.
questions I kept going back and forth with you. Is like, what modifier do I add to my Tinker's
Okay.
tools and like any of my tools? Because
It should
I know I
be-
can add my proficiency bonus,
should be-
which is +8.
Yeah, it should be proficiency plus your intelligence, I think. Or modifier,
Okay.
I think. So yeah, we'll just go with that. That seems reasonable.
Okay, well that gives me +20, just to let you know.
And you still have your flash, so you just need to. But anyways, but yeah.
And
Uh,
Gordon will slap you with guidance. So you have.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't give me. Oh yeah, like yeah, it gives me the that. So it's 8 + 4. So that's hang on, let me just,
12.
I'm just editing this thing. Yeah, so it's a +12.
Okay,
There we go.
because yeah, on my screen I don't see a roll.
It's
So
like 20. It's like no, it's double. Yeah, it's like it was doubling my intelligence because I was like and then there, but yeah.
That was when we were doing enhanceability on you. You were
Yeah.
getting advantage, I think.
okay. Did you
Yeah, give
roll?
me a second.
I don't see a roll at least, but
Who?
did
Actually, hang on, I haven't rolled yet. I'm
Okay.
just editing my. 'Cause I basically create a custom skill thing with Tinker's tools so I can get the thing. So I'm assuming like my aside from these tools, which I'm guessing would use Dex, everything else would probably use like intelligence. I'm guessing, right?
yeah, I guess so. Because like, I don't know. I have to look it up because I don't recall. But
Because I know like intelligence is like for my spell casting and stuff like that. So I'm assuming like that also applies like if I want to use tools. Because my tools are my spell casting focus is like what artificers.
yeah, so
Thing is-
what it's saying is that Tinker's tools and you just use your proficiency bonus. I don't think it says anything about using your like stat bonuses as well. But I don't know. I mean,
That's why I was like asking
And-
like if I'm. Oh, so it still would just be like a D20 +8 then, right?
well, because it's not double. It would just be your proficiency bonus, whatever the proficiency bonus, and that's it. That's what it says at least. But yeah, I don't know. It seems off to me, but I don't know. I'll have to look at it.
Well,
Feature.
Well,
would it be some
the-
sort of ability check? Like, is he doing a dexterity check? Is he doing a intelligence check?
check.
Yeah,
That's what he's doing. But in this case, he's probably just he probably doesn't need intelligence check. He probably knows what he's doing. It's just more about like putting things properly and not accidentally doing the wrong thing to explode things, and not making the mistake
Right.
in the careful construction of this thing so it doesn't explode. It's probably dexterity.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. But so yeah, they probably just do
Okay.
dexterity and your proficiency. But
Okay, so
yeah, you're like
so
yeah,
Tinker's tools with Dex and
Yeah.
proficiency.
But yeah, it's
Okay.
not clear. It's not, from what it's saying, it's just literally just your proficiency, but it seems a little off to me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because usually a lot of them do give you other bonuses, like tools, thieves tools do, I believe.
And that's why I was like, we've been going back and forth, over
Yeah.
time. It's like, what do I use any other modifier besides proficiency with my tools?
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't know.
rules aren't very clear on like how tools are, rolled for.
Yeah, I've talked about it before with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to actually look into it more because it seems confusing to me. But yeah, all right.
So for now, just
for now,
use
yeah,
dexterity
Dex
and
plus
proficiency.
proficiency, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so
Okay.
roll not to explode. So let's see.
Oh yeah, it'd be 3 plus 8, so it's 11
Okay.
plus 11 plus the
And you're not
which
using
Plus a D4.
you're not
did
using-
well. I finally rolled very well. It's 18 with an 11 for 29.
And a D4 from guidance.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I see.
Because we
Why-
gotta get into the 30s at least.
At
Okay.
least in
Yeah,
the 30s.
that literally gave me the 1 plus 1 for 30.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so basically has no chance of backfire essentially, and like basically it's gonna you can craft it more than you expected even. So basically you can craft like 50% more than you normally would thought you were making.
Oh.
So
I was gonna basically make 2. So do I make 4?
three,
Or
well,
3.
50%
Well,
more. So
3.
yeah, so basically make 3. You get better. You get
So
more. You get
I'll say it's 2 grenades and 1 smoke bomb.
Hey,
sure.
would the Ungent help with this at all?
It may.
I'm not doing anything special with them. I'm just wanting a basic
Okay.
grenade and basic smoke bomb.
But yeah,
I'm not
fair
doing
enough.
anything complicated.
But yeah. So that's that. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, so I think that's it for it. You guys. That's it for the most part for today. Anything else you guys want to do before you wake up or you can go talk to Tord?
Gordon's going to leaf through more of his monster cooking manual, see if there's other monsters that we should try and prepare habitats for instead of horribly murder.
Trying to abduct animals from their natural habitat.
Like look up the fire plane,
What sort of
Scary.
creatures are like edible on the fire plane, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, look up the fire plane bestiary.
there are a lot of things in the fire plane. You'd say there's a bunch of creatures there.
Oh, also, not only what are they, but could they survive outside, and would they be very detrimental to being outside the fire plane?
I mean,
I'm going to a big library. You guys want me to look up anything while I'm there?
Yeah, look up monsters that we can properly store in a house and provide incredible crafting reagents.
And then, also out of curiosity, do octopuses make friends with clams?
I mean, there's nothing about that, but like these creatures are both. They both have a link in that they're both telepathic.
Because the fact that he was upfront with the clam, but not upfront about the squid people that were also psychic.
Yes.
Mhm.
Either A, he was lying, and he's just, which was weird because like he's basically just wanted us to do a retrieval thing.
Mhm.
I mean, we
get
could
the
also just.
impression
I mean,
if this
we
wasn't
could
the
also.
clams option, I think they just showed up and it instilled their
He
will in the
did say
clam.
25 years ago
We-
that he left them there. So.
Yeah.
And we could say, hey, we got there, we found the ducks, we found the clam, but there were some squid guys who killed your friend, and we had to kill them.
Hey, up to you guys.
I
but
mean-
so for creatures in the fire plane, there's a bunch of creatures there that might be tasty. I never know. Basically, there's like a lot of lizards, kind of some creatures, like a lot of fire versions essentially, or fire replicated versions of flora and fauna that exist in other places, just like literally a fire flower, essentially, like literally like something like that. Like so, there's like so much of stuff about that exists there, like so. It's not too specific about it, but just think of like whatever stuff you normally have in the material plane, educated plane you're normally in, and sigils on it, but sigils are outlands, but plane that most people are in, and just think of like the fire versions though they had to have them. So yeah,
Well, I suppose for an actual serious thing rather than the squid thing, look up any type of rare crafting material that'd be native to the fire plane.
sure.
Well, for Equus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's not going to show up in the monster cook.
Because he's going to the library looking up stuff. It's like either find a book and I can look it over myself, or you can do the research yourself and just let me know.
Okay.
Works best.
Yeah, so
And then
I'm going to do that when I get there.
okay, and also I think you mentioned before you were talking to Ellie, I think the day before, about the cost of selling this the Undyne engine, right?
Mhm.
So she quotes, she basically looks at it, she's very surprised by it. She's like, oh, this is some very rare stuff. How lovely. I guess this is up, like I said, is very rare, and
and show her 1 half-liter vial. I have 4
Yeah.
of those. The other 3 are.
She takes it, with a normal lack of fear of anything, just like touches it, and just starts swirling around, like not violently, but like more aggressive than she should probably. And then she just started looking at it. She's like, yes, yes. I think that probably worth this half liter is probably worth like about maybe 10,000 gold pieces. So I'd be careful who you show this
Still on
to.
the mental. And I'm like, do you
Modify
want
memory.
it? Yeah, right.
Like,
Oh, you save silver arms. No. I'm like, well, I'm not really sure what to do with it. Is it something you would find useful at that price?
yeah. I mean, I could probably make some very 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 rare potions. It's more used for though. It's useful. This is more for crafting items though, magic items that may utilize its component power to like stabilize them essentially or not overheat. She gives you a little bit of what you already know about
Okay.
now at this point.
I'll tell her, like, I'll just say, like, look, we have a rapport. I'm very happy working with you, and I'm more than willing to sell it to you at that price. But if you feel that I should keep it and sell it at a higher price, maybe to a crafter who might find it more valuable, I'll take your advice that way as well. But I'm leaving it up to you. If you want it, I'll sell it to you now for 2,000.
She looks at it, she's like, I'd be a fool not to, honestly. Like this stuff like this is not gonna come by every time. And if you're okay with selling it, I'm willing to buy like, the half liter you have here.
I need
let's-
1
Sooner we kill the
second.
source. You're
I
right.
just
You're not
need-
going to find it.
I just need 1 second. I get in the group. Hey guys, I got an offer for 10,000 gold for 1 half-liter of the Ungent.
Mhm.
Should I sell?
Gordon chimes in. Yes, for me. So
I mean, and Risco, like,
2,000
we don't
gold
really
each.
know. Yeah, it's like since we don't know any crafters in town that
Yeah.
can do what we need,
So
I say sell it.
So one thing she will tell you though also is for free is like for terms of crafting. She'll tell you the specific that you're hard to find somewhere else. She'll be like she'll take you to a room. She's like, okay, maybe we should talk about this more private part. And she'll be like, so
And
when
we never saw Ekris again.
the traps occur. He falls. Ekris falls into the Tomb of Horrors, which is in her back room.
wow.
Hang on. I'm clicking off those spell slots I used again because
Okay.
this is before I rested. Okay, there we go.
So
I'm ready
basically,
again.
she'll tell you, she'll like, so this is something a little more, that's not much well known, but like I said, I'm not a crafter myself in terms of magic items outside of potions, but basically what I can tell you is that with this item and with some other very rare magic items, you might be able to craft something very powerful, like even like something crazy, like a legendary item.
Interesting.
It would require a number of very rare materials from a number of planes. I've heard of stories of people who have gone to the various planes of elemental planes and searching in search of materials to use to craft extremely powerful, in this case, legendary items. And to do so, they used materials from the various planes. I don't know the names of all of them, but this is some of them. This is one of them, I'm sure. I could sense the power in this liquid is vast and holds a lot of potential for things. So if you can't craft, or you know someone who will craft for you, they could craft something, like I said, extremely powerful, but only if you get the rest of the ingredients. Once you start creating once you have enough, let's say about half, like 3 or 4 ingredients, pieces of it, you might be able to start crafting the whatever you're interested in, depending on what it is. Things have enough versatility that they can use to make a variety of things from like weapons to armor to like accessories of some sorts, or even to other stuff. But like if you, like I said, you can create something very powerful. Like basically, what you want to do though is like talk to the crafters in the planes that specifically where the crafters are the most knowledgeable. So in this case, I can recommend specifically the Plane of Ice. There's a lady there named Avala. She's a very good crafter.
Did you say Vala with a
Um,
V?
Avala, you met her.
Avala.
Avala,
She's a barbarian
Oh.
professor. You met our
Right.
officer
Mhm.
Graham.
Yep.
Barbarian
I
officer.
see her on my. I see her on
Yeah.
my.
Probably like where I got the
Mhm.
ice sheet stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarf.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Is that too? She makes
So-
scarves. Yeah, so that's her claim to fame, making the scarves. Those are very difficult. And then and then the plane of fire. There's a lady named or a man named what's his name? Put his name out.
What's in the name?
His name is Her.
No,
Mm.
I think he's
His name is Bert Crispy.
His name is Saul, last name Fur.
His name is Fuego.
his name is Melgan.
Milgan.
Or Melgan, I'll put it. So yeah, Avala and Melgan. So Avala and Melgan are the two names you've got so far. And there's also one in the plane of Earth. I don't know the name of this person, but you might be able to ask around and find out. Other than that, you essentially would take these, talk to them. They might be able to give you some advice on how you can make this stuff. Maybe they can mentor you. I don't really know enough. But what you would do after you do all that stuff is you basically take your items and to finish it and to create your magic item to make it to legendary status and take it to a place called the Star Forge. So if you can reach that place, it's a place where the giants of old used to go to craft powerful magic items. And if you could do all that, you can essentially create an item of legendary power, I think. I don't know enough about to say more. You have to talk to those people, and they can give you more info and confirm or deny what I've said. That's just what I know. So, except it's not my expertise, but yeah.
If I was there, I'd be like, okay, one, you keep getting it vague, like it'd be just like any item, or is it just like there is an actual specific item and it's just we don't know what it could be?
She's saying that it can be a number of things. So you have
You said weapons, armor. There's so
Okay, so anything I make could become a legendary type.
these
Yes.
combined
Thing.
with what we're trying to do would
Okay.
make that thing legendary.
Follow up
Mhm.
then, where is the Star Forge? Or at least like what on what plane of existence would the Star
Yeah,
Forge?
I will ask that
Mhm.
question. Do you know where the Star Forge is?
no.
At least,
Unfortunately,
like what
it seems like it's been lost to time, but I don't believe that. I mean, anytime something gets lost to time, and she puts it in quotes, it's just been hidden. And so I'm pretty sure at least I've never seen a Star Forge. I don't know anyone who has, but it is a powerful relic, and I don't imagine it'd be lost. Someone's gonna take care of it because places of power don't get left behind unless there's a powerful force preventing it, defending it. So there could be guardians that are powerful that are defending it and killing those who reach there. That's one possibility, or it could just be very, very difficult to find. You might have to talk to those people. Maybe those people will have more information for the Star Forge, but that gives you like a lead to go to talk to people. So
I appreciate everything you're saying. Did you want to say something in the mind link?
No, it's just a stupid comment of like the fact that
Oh.
it's like there's like guardians and it's like it's lost by powerful individuals, and I'm just thinking of like the DuckTales say it's like you were prepared for our best, but not our dumbest, and I'm the dumbest there's ever been. Hey, especially since we're on the duck theme with this thing. It's perfect for
Yep.
why not?
I will thank her very profusely for all the information, but basically say, I don't know that we would ever have the resources to pull that off. So while I appreciate all the information,
Mhm.
I'll just take my money and go. And hopefully
Okay.
you can find something valuable to make out of this.
Okay, so she takes the half liter and she takes a little time to rummage through her, because her place is kind of a mess. Even her back room is kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Like just like the front of the place is not really super well organized. Like there's nice signs everywhere, but the signs aren't exactly. And they do point to things, but sometimes they're contradictory. Sometimes they're like two signs point to the same thing. And you're like, why? Yeah, it's just like
some people go
It's like
this way,
that's
some people go
like
this way.
Yeah, she's definitely not the best coordinated person. She takes a little time to rummage through her stuff to find the money, and she also able to find enough eventually. She's like, sorry, just give me the time to rummage through this. I'm not the, I'm a little
You're basically
messy.
You're
clearing out
fine.
your life savings for this one thing.
I mean, it's a
like-
lot. Yeah, it's at least.
The player's handbook talks about how like nobody has 10,000 gold
Yes.
pieces, but they'll have ingots or gems. So you got
Yeah,
Mhm.
so she'll probably end up giving you like
we get that.
basically going on barter stuff. Like she'll probably be giving you like gems worth that much
Sell
money.
some docks and businesses elsewhere in
Yeah.
town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So,
Vaden, I've got access to a spell called Find the Path.
Mhm.
But it says I need to be familiar.
like with the destination or something.
Yeah, if you
I think it finds like the most expedient, shortest path to a
Mhm.
destination. I think is what it is. So if you knew where you're going, and you're like, like say,
yeah. So
hey,
like, do
there's
I
a
need
landslide.
to?
The road I normally go on is gone. What's the safest path? And it'll
Well,
It's
what I was
just-
wondering is,
yes,
would I be
direct.
able to cast it on, say, like the plane of fire, and say, like, I want to go to the Starforge? Would it be able to find me a path to Starforge if it's on that plane of existence, or do I gotta be like, oh yeah, I can see the Starforge on that mountain up there. What's the shortest path to it?
Yeah, it'd be more the latter because otherwise anyone could cast a
Okay.
spell. I mean, it's a high level spell, 6th level, which is
Yeah.
to me is crazy. I don't understand why it's so high level spell, but basically, yeah, it seems weaker than it should be, so we can make it stronger. But like, yeah, it wouldn't be as simple to like, oh, I'm on the same plane, you know.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, someone would have found the Starforge by now.
I'm sure
or-
it's like Brian, where you have to be at least semi-familiar with the place in order for it to find the path.
All right.
But yeah, basically, you'd probably have
Alright.
to get a lot more information to help. But yeah, I think this could be useful for your purposes. But yeah, I definitely need a lot more information about the place, and yeah, so.
Which sounds good.
Which now it's like I'm getting ideas of either I be the selfish person and basically make an Iron Man suit for myself, which is basically both protective and offensive, or I try to make like some kind of weapon or item for all of us to collectively use that is potentially legendary in status, like one thing times 5, basically.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, it depends. Like,
That'd give us
usually these legendary items are, if it's powerful enough that's gonna be that legendary, usually just gonna be attunable or requires attunement. So that might be
Right.
difficult. But I mean, so you could probably make something that's legendary that's not tunable, but it will be definitely weaker than most legendaries. So
I mean, also if I went selfish, I basically make a like Gundam mech big O type suit. It's like not gigantic robot Gundam style, but it's like I'm basically in a tiny little mech suit for a 3-foot size, kobold who can then, move a giant magical.
sure. Well, I'll just tell you basically like you're all getting like a legendary item of some type. So like Kriven, Krivdar, and Riftus have
I
theirs.
basically have to make mine.
Yeah, you're making yours
Yeah.
using this quest essentially. So Krivdar and Riftus have theirs. Gordon, well, I'm working on Gordon's. We'll see something about his. I'm assuming hopefully soon, and then Renan's will work on. So it's intended to be for review, but like you can also spread the love if you want, and there will be and basically it won't necessarily require all your crafting materials. It will require, let's say, a most of it. Let's say. So if you want to use some leftovers to sell or or to make other stuff, you can do that. But this is intended for you. But yeah.
All right, so
Ooh.
I'll-
We'll probably do this next session, but I do have access to divination, so I could start basically like probing around to try and find where the Starforge is.
I mean, we also have a cleric who can just talk with their god and say, like, hey,
Yo.
is the Starforge on the plane of fire? Is it on this? Like, at least basic yes or no question. Give us a direction.
Maybe that might help
'cause then
too.
we
Who
know.
knows? But like I said,
10%
And we've
chance.
got Ekris Ouija board for the Dead Sage, so
I can ritually cast contact other
No.
plane all day long unless I go in, until I
Just
go insane.
Go through the Rolodex of powerful people I might know.
I thought someone at Crest you could talk. Somebody you could talk to might be useful. Talk to you. You could talk to that might be useful for this purpose. At least is Isiana. Isiana was
Okay.
she was like the legendary she's dead now, but she's a spirit basically that's in a statue in the temple that's in the ice plane. And she was
I
a legendary
remember that.
character, so
Right.
she might have some items. So I'll
Okay.
just let you know because I'm
Oh,
not sure.
We can go. Well, we were already told go back to and speak with Avala, which we could just say, say, hey, we're kind of looking, into making something really big and cool, and we could use your help, and then talk to a statue as well.
Sure.
Yep.
I think what we're doing is we're taking some time before going to the fire plane because we all want to craft. I need to study my spells.
Yeah,
So
we'll
I
probably
guess-
take like the equivalent of like an in-game week.
Yeah.
Because I need to make the rest of my bombs. Obviously we need to go to Walter, drop off the ducks, and get our 10K. And just No funny business. Just walk in, drop off, leave. That's it.
Level 6 flame strike on the building after we
Yeah.
leave.
Okay. So, okay. Okay. All right. So then,
And then we'll just go back to me crafting my, my bombs. The thing for Gordon with his ladle
Mhm.
off.
So
Alright.
between my cell and the bounty, we're each gonna get 4,000 gold.
Mm.
Okay.
Because it was 10k for the bounty, 10k for the engine, for
sale.
the liquid. So,
I'm
yeah.
adding that to my inventory.
So
Okay.
that's
So
what,
should I add 4,000 also?
four-
Yep.
That's like
Yep.
what 400 platinum.
That would be 400
Yep.
platinum. Yeah.
Yep, that works too. Cool.
400 plus.
So yeah,
Well,
I'm not going to
Ekrus-
use it. I'm going to use it now. Just at least the 200 because we know
Ekrus
that.
does want to ask a favor because he needs about 5,000 gold to craft something he wants to craft.
Mm.
And I'm almost there, so if like everybody could throw me like 100 gold, I could get there.
250.
100 gold's easy. 100 plat might be a little bit much, but
No,
we'll
100 gold. No, not 100 plat. Yeah.
So that's 10
Yeah.
10 plat.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I'll minus
I-
100 gold for 4,000.
Sure. If you
Okay.
want to.
Yep.
So
everybody had 3,900 then. Okay.
Okay. So
Hmm.
All right. So yeah, we'll just do quickly do the tour thing. So yeah. So basically, yeah, you pour out the rubber ducks, I guess, for him and to give him everything, and I guess you're playing about it, right? You're not like here, we found it. Here's your shit.
Hmm.
Right.
All
yeah,
right.
we're not being crushed, but it's like we're back. Here's your ducks.
Okay. So
Pay us. We're gone.
I won't spend too much time on it because we already talked a lot for him before. But he'll just be like he'll look at the ducks and then look back at you, but like, oh, you found it very quickly, didn't you? Wow, you guys are efficient. I guess it was right to trust you. And he'll look at his
What?
ducks again and start crying. You'll see tears coming out of
Like-
yeah.
Like the goggles are high, but I'm like,
So he'll fuck above himself a bit, like
Like, I like that, like, person who doesn't like, emotional, displays or something like that. So it's like,
Hmm.
there.
Okay, and then after he picks it up, he'll say, well, I'm glad he'll ask you about he'll ask you about he'll ask you about chlamydia because he's gonna have to ask about that. Or Nanu.
We came up with a story about
Yeah.
the temple being under siege and we had to fight the guys and chlamydia was a casualty.
Casualty.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
so
yeah.
we'll just do a quick check, is because we have to go through at
Do a
least.
group
Yeah, just-
deception check.
yeah, if you can do group deception if you want.
Technically, Gordon won't be here for this because he got ejected
True.
from the group.
Yeah,
it's
right.
So it's three of us, me, Krivdar, and Ekrus doing a
Yeah.
Deception, yeah. So deception, and
Oh,
then
God.
I assume
I'm
you're
not-
getting your enhanced abilities with this. So,
I got a
Mhm.
18.
well, you can roll with advantage. So, because yeah,
okay, thank God.
Yeah, because we've got
not good.
Renin to enhance abilities.
Yeah,
too.
I only have a plus
I'm not
one
there.
to deception.
no, it'll be I'm
Well,
bound-
yeah,
but
but it's like
I'm sure
you're
I got a
still in
10.
the place to juice them up.
10 total with mine.
I don't see rolls.
But
I
you
wanna-
said
I'll
with
refresh-
advantage,
I'll
right?
refresh the page.
Even with a flash at genius, that's only a 11 for
Mm.
me.
Refresh the page quickly.
So
Sorry.
I'm just sticking with a 7. 'Cause, like, it's not worth the flash of genius.
If you flash all of us, it's 22, 14,
I
and
can only
11,
do
then it's
one.
not bad.
I can only do one per reaction.
Is
Mhm.
that inspirations?
I
We
burned
burnt
mine-
them earlier, tried to
Yeah.
suss this guy out.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
All
Do-
right.
There were really stupid uses of it, by the way. But
Yeah.
Oh,
They all work.
okay.
Situation on 18.
Well, we didn't
Okay,
know what this
cool.
guy's deal was. We didn't know he was just a guy looking
Mhm.
for his rubber duckies.
yeah,
I'm still waiting for Vaya to be like, he takes all of his ducks, and because Risk can read lips, he knows his words. Quack Thulu.
yeah,
Your time to rise has come.
No, he won't do that in front of you guys. He'll do it later in secret
right.
in his basement with all the candles
We'll
lit.
we'll be in the fire plane when he decides to have his uprising with his ducks.
Rise, Quickies, wise.
It'll fail, of course, because the Lady of Pain will be like, "Fuck you, no. I make gods my bitch in my town. You think I'm gonna be ducks?"
Pretty much.
Mm.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So
But
yeah,
it'd still be funny to see that.
it would be. But yeah,
We'll be outside with our ice cream and our lawn chairs, like watching. It's like, wow, that lady is pissed at these ducks.
While he's crying, I'm gonna give him some ice cream, even though he refused the last time.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Now that you see how good you guys are at your job, he trusts you guys now more. And basically you guys pass the check, so he doesn't notice anything out of the ordinary. He believes you guys, and it's like
That was a really low
and-
check if a 7, a 4, and 18 to collectively can work.
well, you got some guys higher, but like yeah, like he rolled poorly.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys
Okay.
but what Critter helped you a lot. Critter rolled really well.
Yeah, he did.
So
Yes.
basically yeah, and the ice cream helps. So the ice cream sympathy ice cream shows how much you care, and basically he cries more. This time, not just tears of joy, but tears of sadness for his dead friend. But other than that, he's pretty. Although things worked out, I guess. So he got his stuff. He got his stuff at least. He got his ducks back. He got ducks in a row, as he said.
Before we leave, I leave him like a business card saying it's like, I too am a crafter. If you need me to like commission maybe something special for either a new type of duck or something display, like a display thing for what you have, let me know.
We have the technology.
Basically.
Okay.
At some point later in the week, I'll check with Ellie and see if that 50 gold pieces worth of shell she got was useful, and if she wants to buy more.
She.
Yes, sell off this guy's dead friend.
Yeah, like-
Yeah.
Get rid of the evidence.
I'm like, oh yeah, the dead clam. Like,
Okay.
Like,
God.
I mean,
Funny.
so how much you want to sell? She said she found it useful. So
actually, I would at least during that
Okay.
week. I also want to examine the shell thing just to see like if
Sure.
I can gain some idea. Like,
oh,
what kind of properties could I add with my own?
I'm going to
craft?
go back and forth to the library a couple times. I'm getting all my 6th level spells, but I probably need to do some checks because I want to see about this. I already forgot the name of it. The Stormforge. What was it called?
Starforge.
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 Yeah,
I want
I
to
was
see if
gonna
I can
also-
find
I
books
would-
about the Starforge. See if
I
I
would
can
also-
find any books about the special crafting items or techniques that we could use.
Okay.
I would basically be with you on those excursions during the week when I'm like taking breaks from crafting.
Sure.
And then I have a question: what checks are those going to be? Are those going to be investigation and history? What are they going to
Yeah,
be?
it's by combination investigation history. Also, you can always talk to. Say you're already been to one of the planes. You can go talk to Val as well, or Anastiana maybe. And so depending on the Legion Temple, which they probably will. But yeah, so you can try that as well. And yeah, you guys can find more information. We'll go over that more next time. But basically, yeah, you're able to find a good amount of information. Not necessarily about where the Starforge is located, because it's still hard to find. But at least it'll give you hints. That gives you more information, so you probably have to talk to the other people in the plane of fire.
I would say we at least try to ascertain like what plane of existence is it on.
Okay.
At least narrow it down that way. We obviously find the exact location is tricky because it's vague now, but at least point us in the right direction. We try to find.
And the reason I'm asking is what kind of check it is because I have borrowed knowledge, which can give me proficiency, and then there's a 5th level one that turns proficiency to expertise. I can have like a plus 14 on some of my rolls if I know.
I was
what
going to say
roll.
because I have a plus 12 right now with my own expertise. Like, if you just give me advantage in some way, helping me, and I.
But
do it
yeah,
that way.
so well, let's say
Well, I just-
I could have plus 14.
Yeah, I would say do yours individually. I'll do mine individually. So we'll just do it straight.
Okay.
You want us to do that now, or do you want to wait until like next session?
We'll do it next session because I don't have an actual look at thing here, but realistically,
Yep.
you probably won't find
That's
the
fair.
plane location yet. Even though even that's still hard to find because it's a basically
Sure.
probably, my guess
Well,
it's like a
We'll just say like during the week we're just gathering as much detail
Yeah.
as we
sure.
can find. Then we'll actually start to dive into what those facts are.
Okay, cool.
The next time.
And during the week,
So basically, I want to craft more bomb, like at least the last third one I wanted to make, and then 2 more smoke screens.
Got it.
So
Okay.
do you want me to?
yeah, just
roll
do
for that
Do a
now?
roll for it. Yeah, we'll just do a quick roll. Yeah, same thing as you did before. And then
Crafting, I am doing well. When I want to talk to people, I do shit. But 27 for crafting.
Nice.
Because that's the thing. We're all like eccentric, like super professionals, but we have a god awful social skills.
Or
Yeah,
we have
pretty
still
much.
get out of the
or
house.
Savants. Why savants?
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of. But, all right, cool. So yeah,
Well,
you
the
rolled really well.
27. How many more bombs do I make?
I think that's close to last year you rolled 29, I think, so total. So it's probably the same. You just get 50% more than normal, and you don't. And they
Okay,
are very
so
stable,
I-
no problems.
I get 3 more. in total then.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Also,
Akris wants to do that stage 1 of that thing that I've been talking to you about.
yes. So basically, the seamstress you talk to, find the
Yep.
seamstress, and you find this particularly great one. She seems
Yep.
willing to help you out with that. And
Okay.
as you know, her name is what
Beth?
yeah, it's the one
I
you
forget
mentioned.
what I put in there.
I
Seamstress Steph Stitching Stable.
There we go. Yeah, that's right.
Seamstress Steph
Mhm.
Stitching
Seamstress
Stable.
Steph. Yeah, exactly. So you find Seamstress Steph.
Two
And she's able,
sister.
yes.
Hmm.
And she's able to do it for the prices you mentioned. Yeah. And yeah, she's able to make does an excellent job. It's crafted very finely. It looks awesome. It's just like it kind of like it's one of the things where people notice it immediately, but like they're not exactly sure how good it is. And then once they look at it more, it's like, oh damn, this is awesome. Actually, this is like it stands out as a high craftsmanship. It's just
Mhm.
Cool.
so it's just really awesome looking at glittering robes with like this subtle like subtle flickering of light essentially and stuff like that. So it looks really awesome. And yeah.
And then do I need to roll any checks to do the first level of enchantment I want to do on it?
No, you don't need to do that for the enchantment. You're fine. Basically, that's
Okay.
not too complicated, and you have the help of your team probably too, so you're probably fine.
Mhm.
You don't need to do anything for that. Yeah. And then Gordon, what were you doing? You said, Gordon?
So two things. One, I want to get a better weapon produced. But the main thing, at least for the moment, is just the Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you probably find that like it's uncommon. Yeah. And then oh, yeah, that's right. Also, yeah. Yeah. Throughout some point during the week. Also, Crypto, are you doing anything else special?
During the week?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like what day of the week?
Oh, anytime. Basically, during the week of downtime, would you do anything interesting or particularly special? Do you?
Is your character doing anything during this week while we're all crafting?
Oh, I thought you were talking
Yeah.
to me.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah, because everyone else has already said what they're doing.
I was like,
What is Krivdar? What is Krivdar? You throwing stuff in the quiver
Yeah.
or something? Yeah. What are you?
Yeah.
Let me see.
You're making extra stuff, or are you just making more ice cream? What's your week-long excursions about?
Well, I know this is going to sound strange, but this is what popped in my mind.
Okay.
Because
Look at the group we have. Nothing you're going to say is strange.
Right. Exactly. Nothing is strange right now.
We're assuming the guy we just got paid from is going to summon Quackthulhu for all we know.
And we were okay with that as long as we got paid.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, I'm just gonna say that what I'm gonna do it just involves a bunch of hijinks and spending time with my father. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like set up like I don't know what the term is, but I'm gonna just basically make the bell go off at random times at that person's thing.
Oh my god.
Actually,
God.
Actually, I have the spell Magic Mouth. Like I was gonna do like during crafting, like when I make the bell, I could actually just infuse that with the bell. So it's not like a magical tinkering. It's a full-on thing that lasts until it's dispelled.
Oh God.
I'm just
Yeah, and
basically
when
generally
that, when,
gonna be
yeah,
like,
it's like, and finally determine the
in one
circumstances that
way.
will trigger the spell to deliver your message. So every time the bell goes off, it delivers the message.
Unfortunately, this poor guy. What did he do to you? Gordon, you're
And all I need, and I already have like the material. All I need is like get 10 gold worth of jade dust, like a small bit of honeycomb and 10 gold worth of jade dust, which the spell consumes.
I got jade dust. How much do you need? I got 10 gold.
10 gold worth.
Man,
That's
Otherwise,
fine.
I'll just go out and get it myself. But
I'm deleting it from my. Which there you go.
So-
You got it.
so during the week, I am going to also craft a bell that we are then going to replace with the guy at the thing.
Man,
Yep.
The reason I needed to borrow gold from everyone is because my component pouch has a 50 gold piece diamond, a 300 gold piece diamond, 200 gold pieces worth of powder diamond, 50 gold dust, 50 silver dust. And about 15 other things.
Yep. Same here.
Casters, man.
You just buy these things. You just. Yep.
You know the sad part is like this is not even that much. Like the components are expensive, but also like usually casters to learn spells and stuff at Wizards Life, but they have to cost money to use to learn spells.
Yeah.
And it will cost a ridiculous amount for you to learn your spells. So I'm like, yeah, that's stupid. Because I think it's dumb that you have to like sit there and
Like the
spend so much money.
spell book that you've let me have
Yeah, it's
is
worth
like
tons.
150,000 gold pieces
Something
worth
like that,
of like ink and parchment.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
like
did
ridiculous.
like everything
Yeah.
by the
Mhm.
rules. Yeah.
Because it's kind of dumb. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
coolness to it in the idea of like a spellcaster reading books and learning from the people. That's kind of cool. But like, make it cost much money and like other stuff. And in this campaign specifically, where versatility is most one of the most highly valued things. Having attacks from different spell types and the versatility, it wouldn't work as well. So I thought that's
Yeah.
a really bad idea, but like it just doesn't work for this campaign. So the standard wizard stuff. So that's why I'm like, yeah, fuck that. So but yeah, cool. So yeah, Crypto's up to hijinks and shenanigans. He and his dad have fun. His dad Coral have fun, and as do Risk, making all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, what's the fun stuff for people to prank them essentially. And he recently become like magic pranksters.
Amen.
Live up to the
It's,
fate.
like, it's one of the
nickname.
few things I'm like making that is benign and non-threatening.
Sure.
It's just annoying.
It's just the second stage of
Exactly.
knowing
It's-
NPCs.
so,
When you first meet NPCs, you're like, oh, let's be friends. Let's
Which-
see how they are. And then second stage is toying with their lives. and just,
Which I do have Glyph of Warding, so I could like say
oh
like
god.
like he like wonders like, oh god, is this gonna like start screaming at me? It's like, no. And then eventually like get him like Pavlov, it's like, okay, it's fine. And then switch it with a Glyph of Warding.
Someone
when it's
touches it and it explodes. Yeah,
You gotta do the
or-
lethal
or I
company
could
thing where you ring the
store-
bell like 5 times, the tickle comes out, kills the person.
Yeah, I mean, I could basically specify whatever that trigger is. So if it's like, oh, after like dinging it like 5 times in a row, within 1 second intervals or something like that. Otherwise I could just like infuse it with a fireball because the Glyph of Warring can let me infuse a 3rd level or lower spell.
Mm.
so
But on an actual serious thing for like with crafting, if we're going back on that, since I am going to help craft your basically your club shillelagh type of thing,
Mhm.
I did prepare over the course of the day absorb elements to like help
Mhm.
if I need to like focus some elemental stuff and put that in there
Well-
that can actually help.
Something I was thinking of is I've got some high level fire spells, and I'm pretty sure Ekris has access to like high level ice spells. Maybe we could do some
Yeah.
sort of like fire ice combination thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could like, well, maybe could get it to like infuse like the spell itself, or we could just like say like, hey, on a hit it does like X amount of fire damage.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm
Well,
more
plus-
interested in the
plus the physical
bonk damage
damage as well.
instead of casting spells through it, but just do like a fire ice
Yeah.
combination sort of thing.
I ran something by Vaden, I think, months ago about possibly making an item with a limited number of charges, like 2 or 3 or 4 charges,
yeah.
where we can put a cantrip in there. So when you hit, it does like 1d8 of like shocking grasp damage or
Mhm.
1d10 of scorching ray,
Yeah.
ray of frost or whatever.
Maybe like, yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean-
I don't remember what the specifics were when I brought that idea up. but
Yeah, I
it'd
remember
be
that.
something like that where we charge it each morning and then you got those things in it. I don't remember how we did it.
Like it does like maybe like a 1d4 of that elemental damage if you do a hit, but then you can expend a charge and do like maybe boost the damage or
A
something.
bigger
like
hit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
Also, just wanted to bring up to a group. I do now have access to Heroes Feast, but it's 1,000 gold pieces per
that.
use.
Yeah.
So, do we want to like put into an investment fund for that, or do we want to hold off for now?
I'd say put in an investment thing. We're making a lot of good points
I don't
right
know
now.
what
We
it
could,
does, so
it basically it increases your health. It lets you be immune to poison, and you can't be frightened. I believe is also part.
I
of
think
it.
it's advantage on Frighten, but yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
or at least advantage on wisdom saves, which is part like the fear
Mhm.
thing.
okay.
So yeah, it gives you increase of like I think it increases your health, gives you temporary HP, and then immune to poison and wisdom
Mhm.
saves are at an advantage. So
Yeah,
it's-
and it lasts for the entire day, and there's no like
20
concentration.
24 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
I
need
also have it too.
1,000 gold. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So if we basically
Mhm.
all chipped in like 200 gold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you
It's
200
really
gold
huge.
right now, I guess.
Really
I'll
huge when
minus
you know
it.
you're going to battle.
Okay. I'll
Mhm.
give you 200 gold.
Yeah.
All right,
same.
I'll give you 200 gold, but I also have it too. But it makes sense to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Well, we could just say for flavor, like you're both like helping
Mhm.
kind of thing.
But I'll still chip in my 200. So
Yeah, same.
Sounds good.
So during the week, while you guys are doing all this stuff, you'll see a familiar face as well.
Oh,
It's gonna be one of your good old buddies, Gordon's good old buddy, is Jillian Mild. So when you're doing your normal stuff, as you're going through stuff, you'll see Jillian Mild
actually-
pop up. What's up?
killer!
Level 6 flame strike. Let's go.
So,
Fireball!
necromancy.
man, you didn't do anything yet.
Does
He
she?
knows what he did.
Does she need to do anything?
Really not. Okay, so yeah, you'll see her at some point during the week, in the city, and she'll, but you basically you basically be in the same place. You basically she'll be basically shopping when you guys are shopping. So she'll end up seeing, she'll bump you some of you guys, and seeing Gordon essentially, specifically, and so she'll wave to you like, oh, hey Gordon, how do you do?
Gordon just like narrows his eyes. He's like, "How did you get here?"
Well, I kind of have to be, don't I now?
How dare!
I
How dare you address me so, peasant?
Yeah.
she's so friendly, baby. But yeah, she's like, oh well, I'm just hanging out in the city. I've been exploring, lots of planes. It's been a great time. How about you? What have you been up to?
I'd be
Oh,
with him in this instance, like, because I would definitely want to do an insight check to make sure it's the real person.
You sure you don't want to throw a rock at her?
Gordon casts Moonbeam to see if she's a lycanthrope in disguise.
Up to you, so what are you doing? I don't know who's with you, but I'm assuming somebody Joseph still you, but I don't know when. It's up to you guys to be running with Gordon.
Yeah, it's probably risk with me just because we're like shopping for like components to make the gauntlet of Ogre powers.
Well, I would say while they're interacting, I would just do like an insight check to like, is it really you or is it somebody pretending to be you?
Okay, you guys check.
Hmm.
Let's check. Poor risk.
Always awful insight.
Yeah, I know. You get +5 to it, which is good. It's just,
Yep.
Yeah, but I roll shit when it comes to looking at people.
yeah.
You rolled
Holy
like
crap.
under like a 6, like all
If I
day.
want to turn her
Yeah.
into like a bone mech suit or something like that, sure, I'd be able to do that all day. But if I want to just ascertain, are you really you?
Okay, so she seems
I'm
perfectly
pretty
normal.
sure she's going up and like poking her, like just not even like asking questions, like poking. It's like not saying anything.
So she seems like her completely normal, non-lying self, friendly, outgoing. Just
Wondering why the hell is this
Mhm.
random kobold is just poking her
Like-
in the shoulder,
like, oh,
Yep.
you're a little touchy, aren't you? So you can see her.
Poking
She's
her up
a
and
little
down.
different from normal though. She's a little more red, a little more tanned, a little more like, and it's like you see like sometimes like you see occasionally like when she's talking to you, wisps of air like coming out her ears, like flying, kind of going off. And she's like,
Oh, just here and there, Julian. I'm working on setting up a extra planar catering business, so
oh, that's
testing
lovely.
out some different recipes. Things of that nature.
Oh, isn't that great to you? I wish you the best in that. That sounds like an awesome.
You
thing.
seem a little different since the cookout several years back.
Oh, yes. I had a bit of a not a tumble really, but a bit of a hairy situation, you might say. I just came from the plane of steam, and boy, was it hot. Basically, she's like, yeah, it's I don't know if you know about it, but it's like between the planes of fire and the planes of water, I think, or plane of ice. I can't remember. Something like that. I've just been going around trying to do what I can to explore all the planes I can, and I'm using sigils for it, or sigil for it. Since this was a Nexus, so I figure if I wanted to go explore other planes and see what I can do. It's a little hard though, He said you see from her skin. He said she's feeling the effects. Like you guys go to the plane, you don't feel the effects of the plane, but she's definitely feeling the effects of the plane, and she has help obviously because she's not obviously doing it on her own. Otherwise, she would just die. But like she has like she seems to have like a bunch of magic items in her, and she's like they're like more like a more she's like she tells you basically like, yeah, I have a it's tough getting through all the planes. Just I don't have all the I have to figure out what to do each plane just to survive, and I kind of have to like do like a makeshift thing for each plane to figure out what I need. And it's always a risk.
Of course. But if you're going to be venturing into other planes, you've got to be properly prepared. And Gordon's going to do an insight check on her to see if she's like set up some sort of illusion that makes it look as though, or if she's basically sort of like faking that she's like taking this kind of like elemental backlash isn't quite the right word. Elemental effects from like visiting other places.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, I'm also just activating the gun inside my holster. So it's like I'm not trying out with
You hand it in your pocket. You're
Oh
like,
god!
I need
Our guys and fucking social skills. I've got +7. I roll a 9.
Yeah, you rolled one better than me because like I just want to like ask, like, is what she's saying factual, like, or is she holding something back? Like, I don't
this
fucking know.
lovely woman seems completely natural to you. Everything she's, she's so friendly. Her outgoing, gregarious nature makes everything seem like she's just completely, like she's like one of your friends. Even if she beat Gordon in a cooking contest, she's always still friendly to him. She's never like hostile to him.
Baden, no offense, we can never trust anything you give us because you gave us a bounty about a Dread Pirate's treasure, and it ended up being some guy named Walter who just summoned about the rubber duckies.
There was no Dread Pirate.
Yeah, well, there is no war involved. Things say.
There was a guy named Tort, so just happened to be a
I
big
was,
yeah.
I was ready to go after the boats he supposedly took. That was going to be my suggestion.
We were thinking of like an Ocean's 11 level heist, or with meets Martin Scorsese's Casino, and it's just a guy wanting his rubber duckies like Bert and Ernie.
Hey man,
The worst part is, I know what inspired Vaden to come up with this. Is from we watched The Princess Bride like 9 months ago or something.
maybe
Because there's a Dread Pirate Robert. Yeah.
Maybe
It's like he wasn't the real Dread Pirate. His name is Tom.
So it's our fault, Gordon.
Yeah, we're just.
So of course we're mistrustful of this thing.
Okay.
This person. And plus, the first time we met her, she was actually a doppelganger in disguise.
Well, she was, but
So-
the thing is, yeah, that was her though.
It's not her.
But that was
But
her.
the
That was
first time
someone,
we see her.
someone took her form. It's not her fault. She's innocent.
Yeah. So obviously, if we see her again, we're gonna be suspicious as hell.
It's okay, guys. I'm making you turn or anything. Don't worry.
Vaden,
Yeah, what's up?
I have a question about the Steam plane. Does it have a winter and summer sale?
Sometimes it does. Even right now you have a sale for remote play together.
Does that have a flash sale or something like that?
Do you need a
Trading
key to
cards?
get in?
Mhm.
Dan?
Like, sorry, what'd you say, Ken?
You need a key, a Steam key.
Yes, maybe.
Mhm.
Get to the plane. Yes, you do. I do. Sure, you do.
I mean, like, I mean, do they have sentient psychic clams at the Steam?
Maybe.
I mean, to be fair, though, they probably want to avoid that place, though. Actually, now that I think about it,
So
I mean, they probably be baked.
Yeah, I don't want
Steam
food.
clams? Yeah. Steam clams are going to go very well.
she'll also tell you this. You haven't talked to you about. She asked about what you did. You didn't say anything, so you just said here and there. So you didn't more specific.
Well,
so
I also said I'm setting up a
Yeah.
interdimensional catering service.
yeah. So, but she'll tell you this something else just because she wants to. She wants to kind of brags to you, baby. She's like, she asks you. She have a little more whisper, not like loud. She's like, so I'm curious. Have you got an invite?
Gordon will stare directly into her eyes and say, "But of course."
She gasps like, awesome. Maybe I'll see you at the competition then. That's awesome.
And then I'm casting Gias on her.
What?
5th level spell. She needs to do a, I believe it's a wisdom saving
What are
throw.
you guys doing to my poor NPCs?
We're distrustful motherfuckers.
Casting a spell that
into
controls
a
her?
puppet.
Oh my god, what are you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, what is this?
It's like Charm Person, but you get to direct what they do.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
it's
okay.
very. Yes, is very
Here-
powerful.
Like
This is
fifth
this
level.
is actual
Yeah.
mind control.
But it
This
does
isn't
take
Charm Person making you susceptible.
Okay.
This is full on mind control.
What is
And
this?
its duration's
Yeah.
long, and it takes 1 minute to cast.
What's
Yeah,
the-
it lasts for 30 days.
Well, it takes a minute to cast. So you have to sit there being babbling to her for a little
Well,
minute.
yeah, I've been talking to her
Well,
for a
no, no,
minute.
no,
well,
no,
the
no,
minute
no, it's not
well, the
talking
minute
normally.
she's like, the minute they're like interacting with like the whole like invitation, he says, "But of course, okay, I'll see you there." And I interject like, "But wait, what contest? I'm confused," and give him the
Okay,
time
but
he needs
just,
to
just
cast.
okay, but you can't really.
I legitimately want to because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, but just so you know, based on the spell, it's a 1 minute cast. So basically, what would happen essentially is that you'll be sitting there babbling in magic speak for literally a minute while she's talking to you. So she's
And I
gonna.
want her focused on me
Yes,
because
but-
it says verbal or vocal, but it doesn't say how loud you have to be. He could mutter this thing.
Yeah, but like
Mm.
in order to cast things, you have to cast it. Like people, you have to actually be intelligible. It's part of the spells. Otherwise, you could just whisper things with like an audible gas.
But it's
essentially.
within 60 feet.
Yeah, I know, but like she's within range. She's here next to him. Unless she walks away and then casts him out of her visual radius. Like
That's
he's-
why I wanted to interject to distract her by focusing on me and my
I know,
question.
but
So he
he's
can
still
maybe
next
like
to you. He's still next to you. You're still gonna hear him babbling to himself while he's
walk
talking to you.
away. He can like back away, like look like he's getting more stuff.
All right,
the thing.
how about this? Can I
saying.
do a sleight of hand roll to see if I could just cast this without it being like super obvious? I'm just babbling for a minute.
I mean, you're in a place where a bunch of people, so like it's not like people are gonna notice you casting a spell. I'm just like you can cast spells. Casting spells
But
is
it's
a public
But
thing.
this spell is only a verbal component though, so it's no like somatic.
no, like
hand
hand waving, yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
is literally just verbally.
Hey, here's the
casting spells.
thing.
We can
Here's the thing. This
mutter it.
spell I don't think says it, but there are some spells that take a long time to cast. That'll basically say as soon as you start casting, the person is frozen until you complete it. Then they make the saving throw to see if it sticks or not. But this doesn't say that, so I don't know how to rule that one.
Well, it says it takes 1 minute. It's a range of 60 feet.
Right.
So anybody you could see within range, you just basically mutter the spell with it over a minute, and they make.
But
the
what
wisdom.
Vaden's saying is like she's gonna know that there's a spell going on,
yeah,
and she's gonna
and
react.
not just her.
And there are
People
some
around you too.
spells-
People like people. You can't walk
Yeah.
around the city casting spells. Like people, it feels like that. It seems like people are not like they're like, oh, cool, this guy's just babbling himself. They think you're a crazy person or some kind of like person who's a monster who's trying to do something. They don't know what you're doing. People are risk averse. They're not going to be like, oh, hey, this person's just speaking in a magic language out in the
Well, they're
public.
just
And
racist if they're risk
Yeah.
averse.
Well, can Gordon cover his mouth?
I mean, no, so there's a spell. There's a thing called subtle spells. So subtle spells are specifically designed to stop this, prevent this from
Which is
like
a magic.
So
magic
yeah,
sorcerer.
exactly. So it's something. There's so if you, it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna cover my thing and like, okay, people just don't notice me. Like they're gonna notice you. People in the area are like, random people like will notice you.
Well, again, that's why I'm like, I want to like get her focused on me.
I know.
So he can like walk away to a little private corner where he's still in eyesight and able to cast the spell.
Well, if Vane wants to rule that I can't do it as part of conversation, that's fine.
There's
We
no
can
way,
just
there's no way
wipe
to
it.
person that's possible. It's literally impossible. You can't
Yeah.
that's
Can
totally,
I distract her? Can I at least help try to distract her so I can give him time to cast the spell?
You can distract her so she can walk away. You distract her so she walks away, and then and out of her visual sight or out of her audio hear sight to hear her.
Well,
talking.
that's the weird thing is
I mean,
they
it's still,
also
like,
need
rolled
to
to, like,
be able
be
to
stealthy enough to, like-
understand me, which means they would need to be able to hear me. So I'm not quite sure.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
Well, no.
It's a
You see a
60-foot
creature
range.
you can see
see.
within range, and it must be able to understand you. I'm not sure how it'd be able to understand you if it can't hear you.
No. So the idea over here is to make it things vaguely logical. Because again, the way the guys intend the way the thing, basically people can just mind control everyone in the streets, and that's bad. Like that, there's a reason they don't allow this in cities. Like otherwise,
Well,
casters
it's weird that it's like,
basically
it's within 60 feet. So how could you hear them if you're like 60 feet away?
Okay. So here's my plan. So basically, the way you guys are trying to do it initially is not possible for sure, because otherwise, people with bad magic in all cities, it would literally be completely destructive to society, like in a way that people would not allow. Like I don't think you understand how bad it would be for any society to allow magic. If people could just walk around casting spells at will, like just like, hey, you're mind controlled now. Like, no, they're not going to allow that. Especially you basically tackled immediately and sent to jail and probably executed. Like that's how bad it is. Like so.
But I mean, like
to explain this to
Charm
you.
Person, for example.
Yes.
Level 1 spell. It's basically a thing almost any caster can learn. In all of the D&D shows I've seen, people use that on a pretty regular basis for interactions.
Yes, and it's really bad because when you do that, you basically fuck the person over. You basically say, I'm hostile to this person forever because they're never going to trust you again. They're like, oh, this person cast a spell to control me. I hate them, and I will probably want vengeance on them, basically. So unless you have power with the person and they can't do anything to stop you, you have basically
Guys,
an enemy for life. Like,
I think I have something here. Modify memory says
Oh god.
you start to cast it. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed by you for the duration, which is 10 minutes. They just stand there incapacitated while I say this for 10 minutes. Geas does not say that. So unless the person is willing to stand there and listen to you for a whole minute,
And again,
I think Vaden's got a point.
Yeah,
That you can't do it.
yeah.
Well,
Like people, like I said, people
like even with these societal things, I'm talking about like just the general mechanics. Like if he finds a quiet spot, like a good spot within visual range in this little wherever market spot we're in, could he then still cast a spell without getting caught?
So here's the thing.
Like he
so
obviously has to do like a
so
stealth
theoretically,
check, but-
theoretically, if he's like, the way initially said it was definitely not possible. The way we're talking about now, where he goes and hides somewhere essentially and tries to cast a spell vocally as normal, but find somewhere quiet where people aren't like listening to him talk or they don't notice him as much. That's a lot more possible. And you try to use like Bioblock visual radius.
Like I'm already curious. Like, well, because obviously she's being cagey about like, did you get an invitation? And he's like pretending like he understands. So it's like I'm being the curious person and ask the question because I obviously don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know he doesn't know.
They're standing there
But I'm
talking.
gonna
It's not like he's just going to walk 6 paces away and then be hidden to cast a spell.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I mean, you
weird.
could also just say like, you two talk. I still got stuff to like, buy.
Mhm.
Well, I'm trying to like basically set up the means for him to do this.
Yeah, I understand. So I understand what you're trying
Yeah.
to do. So I'm just explaining, because I'm trying to make it so wait.
No, I get like
Yeah.
the societal thing of like, you shouldn't be like, casting spells willy nilly. I get that.
Mhm.
Especially
But
magic
that's
spells.
the risk he's wanting, that's literally the risk he's wanting to pull right now.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
fine. Okay, so
that kind of thing.
first of all, so you start talking to her. I'll start to explain the situation to her, and you have to first excuse yourself. You can't be like, oh, I'm walking away and casting a spell. Like, there's a conversation happening. So Gordon has to be like, yo, can you give me a minute or something? So you have to role play that. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just walking away and casting a spell. It's just like that's not how conversations work usually. So you have to in some way it's
you could just
logical.
say like, I'm walking away. I got more stuff to buy. You two talk, whatever.
Yeah. So okay.
Well, I was just under the misunderstanding that because it was only verbal and you didn't have to do the hand signs, that as long as I was speaking with the person for a minute, it would be able to go through.
No,
but since you ruled it that that's fine. We'll just say Gias. I just didn't cast Gias.
Okay. Well, okay.
Keep stuff simple.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm still gonna ask because I'm still curious about the whole
okay.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what competition?
unless,
Like, what
okay, I might have something that works in our favor.
Time
If
stop.
Well, it's a verbal component, but the goal of the spell is you're going to give this person instructions.
hmm
So if it's somehow a way where like you're just talking to them for a minute and they're like shaking their head like, no, why would I do that? But in the course of it, they're also forced to make a saving throw. Maybe it does work the way where you can just walk up to somebody and talk to them. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
because
willing,
So let me.
but I'm still willing to listen to Vaden's ruling.
Yeah. So
'cause
let me explain.
it does seem weird.
Yeah, it's weird. And so this isn't like my ruling. This is like normally how it is indeed, like, or in general in a lot of things.
Sure.
Verbal components mean you're casting a spell. It doesn't mean you're talking to them. Talking to them is a completely different separate action than casting a spell. You're talking to them does not count as a verbal component at all. That's a separate thing you're doing. That's nothing related to your verbal components. They're both vocal speech, but they're not like the same thing at all. So in order to cast a spell, you have to say the words of that spell. Now you can't be like, oh, hey, how's your day doing? How's your day? What are you up to? None of that counts for your spell. That's all just conversation. That's none of it's related to your spell casting anyway. In order to cast a spell, you have to be obvious about it. The whole purpose of spells, like things like subtle spell, is to prevent that from being obvious. And that's the whole thing to make it for hours and stuff like that to make it for a purpose. Otherwise, subtle spell will exist. Like, why would you have a subtle spell? It's like just fuck the whole combo is useless.
Which you can get as a feat.
Yeah, which you can get as a feat.
Anyway.
But I'm just saying, like, when you do things
No,
like
I
somatically, or either your hands or motions or your vocals come up, or other two with the other thing, like it's obvious you're casting a spell.
Like the Naruto
Anyone who has any kind of magic knowledge at all, be like, yo, this person's casting a spell. What are they doing? And then if they don't know what you're doing, they're like, okay, well, is it gonna hurt me? Can they cast fireball now? We don't know. Like, you're at the point you're a danger to people around you. They don't know what you're gonna do. They can't trust you. You don't know if you're gonna like blow people up. They don't know if you're a terrorist or something. They have no clue what you're doing. So you're just doing something that's dangerous to them, and they're scared of that for a reason. Like, so doing that in a public place is just like, oh, asking for trouble basically. Yeah. So I'm just trying to explain
Well,
that
Again,
way.
that's why I wanted to like interject and like
Mhm.
create a distraction by talking to
Yes,
her.
which is
Focus on me.
Mhm.
He excuses himself, finds like a small space at 60
Yeah.
feet in range, and makes his thing. Because basically, by the reading of this thing, he can basically arm them and then go up to them and then issue a command. Like he doesn't have to like be the command within immediately of casting. It's like
exactly
they're
yeah.
charmed,
Mhm.
and then they can be susceptible to any command for the next 30 days.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's just in like other D&D shows I had seen. One example was like there was like a witness coming up to a stand in like a jury trial, and they were about to like point out the person that like did the murder, and a cleric in the party cast command, which is just verbal, nothing else, and the command was like confess, and then the witness who failed to save then started confessing to the murder instead of pointing out the person that did it,
okay, yeah.
and
That's wrong. But basically, but I mean, it's fine. They can roll whatever they want, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. Like you can't just be like, yo.
yeah,
I'm-
so that was sort of like the impression I had for Gios. It was just Gios was like a more in-depth one instead of just like a one-word thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if that spell command. I think command is an instant spell too, which is different. So
Yeah,
so-
and it's just like a singular action you with a one word,
Mhm.
yeah, there's no
issuance.
it's
But,
not action,
like
so
you
it's
can
not-
issue,
yeah.
But
But, like-
you can do any command and with details as long as they don't result in their immediate death.
yeah, so like
Yeah, it's just they did this in front of like a full court of law.
yeah, which is
during
not,
a murder
which is-
trial.
yeah, which is definitely not the way.
It's the equivalent of like Phoenix Wright just saying like confess.
Yeah,
instead of
objection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just to mention, yeah, that's not the way it works at all normally. Like,
Oh,
that's they say for fun, which is fine. But like in the early, but like it's not right at all. Like that wouldn't work.
But no,
as-
no, I get it. Basically, the way the thing is, and we're in a public space. We're not in like some private little dungeon area with
Yeah.
Yeah, like
whatever.
so if you cast command on someone, you're casting you're not just saying command do this. You're actually casting six seconds. You're casting a spell, which is basically you mumbling whatever or saying the vocal components of the spell.
Like unless it's like an instantaneous touch kind of thing or something like that, because it's a minute long and it's like you have to be like devil stare at this person mumbling. It's like it's obvious you're doing something.
Yeah, like it's only
Yeah.
obvious when you're casting spells essentially, unless you use out a spell or something else that makes it really, or that some of the spell doesn't have any components that are besides components, besides the physical ones.
Right.
But like, but yeah, if it's somatic or verbal, it's going to be obvious to anyone around you who knows anything about spells.
Mhm.
You guys something because yeah, like I said, otherwise that'd be so bad for many reasons. Like it's fun, but it creates all these situations where you're like, oh well, I'm just gonna tell everyone what to do at this point because I can do it without any consequence. Like you need consequences, otherwise, this is what's the point? Like you're just like, I tell everyone what to do, and then they all do it, and so it's like, yeah, it's yeah.
Well,
anyways,
I had a misinterpretation of how just verbal works, so
Yeah.
we'll just leave it as if I didn't cast Gios.
oh, that's fine. But I'm just explaining because like I
I'm
said,
still asking the
Mhm.
question though, like what the hell the invitation?
yeah. So she'll explain to you for like, so well, I mean, I guess Gordon has to tell you, but there's like a secret, like almost like a secret cooking competition. You need like an invite to get in. All the best cooks in Sigil and in their planes even are supposedly gonna enter into it. But like I said, you need an invite. So
How do you acquire an invite? Like do you just have to be noticed?
Kinda, yeah. If I understand, the way it worked for me at least was I had to create a dish that was essentially daring enough, that is interesting enough, and kind of did it in a way that got the attention of, let's say, some powerful folks. And when I did it, it impressed them essentially enough that they gave me an invite to this competition. So now I'm working my way through the planes, trying to learn what I can to become the best I can be, so I can, try to win the competition. It's like I said, I can't mum's the word, I don't want to tell too many people, but I mean, it's hard to know how to get the invites. Like the way I got it may not be the same for everyone else, but that's what I did at least. So if you
And while she's like explaining this, I'm like trying to like look at Gordon, like psychic link because he can do that personally. It's like, did you actually get an invite?
Gordon's like, of course I did. I just found out about this a second ago.
okay, so
I'm going to get into that contest.
So is Gordon now? It's now back to the Is Gordon with you guys with Risk still, or is he do walk away, or is it what's their situation?
Yeah, I'm with him because I didn't do the Gios
Yeah,
stuff.
we're basically retconning. It's like
Oh,
because
okay.
Yeah.
this can't work out the way we were like thinking.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
nah, he's just like
Okay,
She's
well,
just probably like staring, like still like staring daggers at her, and I'm just describing like,
Mhm.
anyway, what invite?
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. So
And Gordon's got like a poker face, but in the ghost speech I have, it's just like nonstop cursing.
okay.
Yeah,
So
I may not be able to
Ekrest.
insight. I can at least perceive
What
like
you do,
the
what you do.
nervous tics that he's probably doing.
Mhm.
Ekrest thinks to Krivdar, did you get an invite for all your cool ice creams?
I rejected it. I told them that I had
Okay.
more.
God.
Wasn't her that day.
Oh wow!
That
That's
makes
like
sense.
saying like Charlie got the golden ticket. Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
Nice, Krivdar. Nice.
That's gonna
We were
that's gonna
dealing with
interfere with my
dots and
paper
bell
route.
ringings and all this other thing. I just thought it was not necessary.
Yeah, you're like, it's not. I have things to do. Like whatever. But yeah, so
Junk mail. Junk
yeah.
mail.
Yeah, you saw you did an open letter. You're just like fucking
Like,
sisters.
more
Spam. Yeah.
Like I got a war to plan, a murder to instigate. I'm booked.
Spam flavored ice cream. That's it. Spam flavored ice cream. That's next.
Oh, no.
Ew.
I'm
Alright,
gonna have
Sure.
spam tonight.
so she'll tell you. She'll
I had some this morning.
okay.
Mm.
So she'll tell Gordon. She'll like, oh, so how about you? How do you, Gordon? How did you get in, lad?
Well, I don't want to give too many details. I gotta keep it on the down low. But let's just say I made a dish that blew a couple people's brains out.
And mentally, I'm like saying, literally? Question mark.
Gordon's like, it will be soon enough.
Okay, so
Gordon's basically Cartman in that Chili episode where he basically gets his parents murdered and then feeds
Yep.
it to the kid.
okay, that was bad. Yeah. All
That
right.
was bad.
So yeah, I guess you're like, oh well, that's lovely to hear. I'm always glad to meet you, competition coach Jordan. When I faced you in the competition all those years ago, we were working against each other. I wasn't sure if I was gonna win, but seeing all the people that were up against, it made me better. So I'm glad you'll be here at this competition as well. We all push one another, right, to become the best, and to have a shared community. We all work with each other, we all learn from each other. It's all lovely, isn't it? So
Gordon just stares there, says, I wouldn't miss it for the end of the world.
Are you trying to say that you have a crush on Gordon? It sounds like you are.
you can say I have a chef crush, you might say.
Oh,
Insight
shit.
check.
Okay, roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an insight on that one too.
We notice on her
Me
person,
too.
instead of a mace, she's just got one of those large meat
Both
crushers.
got 22.
Nice.
22.
22.
Do you have a crush on him?
She seems to be telling the truth. The crush seems to be a chef crush. You're not sure if he's a romantic crush as well, but at least that's part's accurate. You're not sure if there's more to that.
I'm like clocking this, but I'm like psychically telling like, Gordon's like, if you just say the word, I could probably shoot her and get away with it.
but yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. He seems like he's it might be more than that. It's hard to say, but hey, I mean, if so, that's two people already. He's got a crush on him. He's like, he's rejecting both of them. He's like, so.
Like I'm just saying, we have the ability to teleport to any plane of existence. We're going to the fire plane next. We could just toss her body there and get incinerated. Nobody would know.
No, I have to beat her in cooking first, then we murder her.
Fair enough. Break,
So nice.
break her spirit, then her body. I understand.
Well, all right. And with that, after you finish that, she'll be like, oh, well,
We're basically go full Sweeney Todd. They'll never find the body.
Yep, a piece in every dimension.
I basically, I am Sweeney Todd. He is Mrs. Lovett.
God.
all right. So yeah, that's basically it. She'll like, well, I think I gotta go, but go back to get to the next plane.
We literally could make a barber shop out of our house, in our home. It's like basically a barber shop, an ice cream parlor, a cooking place. Like the
It's
ingredients
multi-function.
walks in themselves.
You became a personal stripper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Start singing show tunes about how we're basically, to serve man or how to serve man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, then she'll accuse herself. Like, oh, well, it's glad talking to you. That was nice to meet you. So, See ya.
Oh, you'll be seeing me around. Count on it.
Okay. Are you gonna
It's
look
like
for her?
really, you won't see us.
It's
like-
All right.
Actually, now that we just had this ridiculous moment, I actually do have an idea. Buff your ladle, but have it like infused so that when you're cooking, you can actually apply some type of effect through the ladle into the food. Like if you wanted to like do some type of magical effect as well.
Like the movie
Mhm.
Charmed
If
with
it's
Michelle
used while
Gellar.
cooking, it does X effect.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is we'll do like the frost fire thing. I'll make it so I can cook the inside of the meat while keeping the outside cold.
There you go. So basically, we can call it a hot pocket ladle.
We'll workshop the name, but I like the idea.
That's basically what it would be, a hot pocket ladle.
Yep.
Ice cold on the outside, fiery hot on the inside.
All right. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to do?
Or it'd be the reverse, where the outside is boiling lava hot, but the inside is just ice cold.
Well, that's just bad cooking, but yeah.
But
That's 7-Eleven burrito level cooking.
Simply
I mean-
irresistible. Never mind.
I mean, have you not had hot pockets? Like they are always like that. You pretty much have to overcook them if you ever want them to. But by the time you get them just
Mhm.
right, it's like you can't eat them for hours.
Yep.
It's hot, but not too hot.
hmm
All
I mean,
guess that's
so Gory is
So,
going to like
you're-
start
you're-
furiously preparing recipes with this cooking competition in mind.
Ekris, you're at least leaning towards chaotic good. just saying.
Okay.
A little bit.
The thoughts are chaotic. The actions are lawful.
Okay, fair. That's fair. So you're kind of like neutral good. You're like leaning. You lean
Mm.
back and forth.
You guys are
Chaotic lawful.
infecting me.
Yeah, we are. you're basically the teacher / babysitter of a bunch of cats. Actually, know what you are? You're basically Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, yeah. It fits too.
Oh.
Half the party is super small, so
It's not
exactly.
a Puma.
Yes.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Okay. All right, so I guess we're good then today. So I guess that's about it. So
Yep.
we'll start next time with Rin and Hope, and yeah, we'll you guys can do
Real
the
quick,
fire plane stuff or whatever else.
Should we try to do the ladle thing now? Just quick crafting rolls, just get them
Sure,
out of the way, or
Sure.
should we do
You want
that
to do it?
next
Yeah, go
time?
for it. We'll just do crafting.
yep.
All right. So should I be? Am I doing Smith tools or am I doing Tinker's tools with this?
You'd probably be
Smith,
smithing
yeah.
because we have to make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mid.
Okay.
so-
Oh, we're actually like building from scratch something new.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So basically,
also-
we're at least building the thing, and then we'll do like the crafting next time. like,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
field.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So that's
So I'll boost you up with guidance, and presumably Randall will be able to give you enhanced ability
Sure.
for our
And I
usual
can do
1-2 combo.
skill empowerment that gives anything you're proficient in. I can make it expertise to double the proficiency bonus.
Oh, nice.
I'm already expertise and tools.
No,
So
then never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
If it was like a dexterity check or something, then it might help.
yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Okay.
basically any
Never
tools
mind.
I have access to, which is pretty much I have all of them now. It's like I have
you know,
proficient.
just full of tools.
Okay.
Basically expertise. Like, well, basically the tools I have access to is smiths, thieves, tinkers, and woodcrafters.
Mm.
tools.
All right.
So basically at advantage with guidance.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think one of you guys has the alchemist kit too. I believe, Canberra. Yeah, you guys have a bunch of stuff.
So that's a 28.
Flash of genius.
Yeah, we'll throw that in since we're gonna be
Mhm.
doing a long rest after. So that's 28 plus 4 is 32.
Okay. Yeah.
I am making you the best damn obsidian ladle ever.
I'm glad I was drinking water at time, but
yeah. Actually, I double checked. I can use scimitars, so we could make it a cleaver instead of a ladle, so it's a little bit different
Ooh.
flavor.
a bunch of
Okay,
flavor.
so here's what I'm thinking. Like a mithril core, but with an obsidian shell.
Mhm.
Super sharp, yeah. That'd be nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, the obsidian gives it the sharpness. The mithril is like a more
The
solid,
solid base. Yeah.
and but also because the mithril is like more probably ice,
Well,
leaning,
we've
and
also
then
got the ice sheath. Whatever the name of that material
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
ice plane
yeah.
is.
So I can basically like
Mhm.
coat the mithril with like a combination of ice and the ice sheath
Obsidian.
and obsidian. So do you want basically like a like an actual ladle, or is it like an actual scimitar? Like just so I know.
It will work as a scimitar, but it'll be like a giant meat cleaver.
I can just
Oh,
imagine.
okay, gotcha.
I imagine like Gordon like
Oh,
amazing.
okay, so it's the curve thing, but it's like it's a much wider curve
Yeah.
thing. Okay, gotcha.
Does anyone remember that the boss from Diablo 1, the butcher? He has that
Yeah.
giant cleaver. It's more like a small
Yeah,
version of that.
a little bit. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
never-
miniaturized giant cleaver.
Yeah, it's the butcher's cleaver basically.
I just played a game.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah, it's a good game.
Mhm.
It has some very
yeah,
well loved
so-
voice lines. There's a what's the guy's
So-
name? Like that was the guy from town. The
Herman Cain?
yeah. Sit and wow, but listen.
Yep.
Yeah. Voice acting in this game is really good. Blizzard has such good voice acting, especially.
Damn.
Like
Yeah.
remember the old Warcraft games, and then and Diablo.
Yep.
Shank. That was it. Shank.
Oh,
The game Shank
So basically, I'm making the equivalent of a
It had-
+1
it had a
scimitar
character
is what I'm
name,
doing.
as well.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Vaden, at this point in the week of studying, would I have found out anything in my investigations at the library about what this ungent might do if we were to somehow incorporate this into this device? Would we make it a +2? Would we make it any better?
And then we'll work on the enchanting stuff with Vane just through like chat.
wait, you're saying dungeon?
Yeah, the ungent is like, could we use like, I don't know, it's a crafting thing. Would it help? Have I found anything in any investigations that says it would help make this scimitar better?
Oh, okay.
Because we are trying to like put two different elemental spells into one thing. So yeah, it could
Yeah.
probably
Mhm.
stabilize two different magics we're
Well,
trying to infuse.
The stabilizing one is more the binder's block.
Oh, that's right. That's the binder's block.
Yeah, the binders, because this one's more about making these more efficient and flow more easily and more smoothly, and also having a little efficiency to it. And the binder's block is more about stability, about keeping things solid, about preventing things
Well,
from
I am
Okay.
basically combining, obsidian and
mithril.
ice sheath onto a mithril blade. So I'm trying to I'll probably use the binder's block to keep them all together, copacetic, and then we'll use the ungent when we do the enchanting part.
All right, cool.
Well, I'm just asking, like, if we think the engine is going to do something, we've got it. We can use it. If not,
Mhm.
Well, I think that would help it make it better and more potent. I'm assuming.
It would, but also if other people in the group have like, I know Risk is definitely going to need the engine for like crafting his power armor. I don't want to like hog the resource if somebody has like a much better thing they want to create. But if we've got like nobody else with a use for it, I'd be fine with using it. So it really depends on like, does anybody else in the team have like something they really want to make?
Oh, no.
Well, we've already kind of established like you only need like a little bit to go pretty far with the ungent, so
Mhm.
it's not going to take the entire like half liter or something like that. It'll probably take
Okay.
it'll probably take
Yeah,
like
a couple of
stop
drops.
stop droppers worth of that to
Okay.
help.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that then.
Yeah, we're basically overflowed with resources. I already got like almost half of my bag of holding just filled with stuff
Mhm.
It'll help the other
of all the different crafting materials.
yeah, a bunch of like
Yep.
monster parts too. He has so much
Mhm.
monster parts, physical other
And like,
item
some of the
parts.
other things I haven't like put like the actual weight on, but it's like, yeah. Also, like the Chaosma, I think we need to like look into that to see if maybe that will help with this thing.
Mm.
From where we got the Chaosma was from the water plane.
From
Or
Limbo.
from Limbo. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
That's like a
chaos,
shifting plasma for crafting.
Yeah,
Is what I
what you would find out from that one is that basically like that one's about Chaosma is interesting in that basically it basically lets you it's not so much a powerful in itself, it's more that like it can basically transform into other or basically essentially have the properties of other materials. So basically, you can use that to use it to simulate properties of, like, let's say the Byron's block. If you don't have the Byron's block, or if you think of like Residuum, but for crafting.
I was about to say, yeah, it's
Okay.
similar to Residuum, but instead of being used as like the equivalent of a crafting component.
Yeah, it's like a
the
equivalent of a spell. It's like actual crafting. Yeah.
So yeah, I want to add an ice element, but I don't have any other ice element, so I can just use this to substitute as an ice element.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's got the versatility for sure.
Other,
Mhm.
I'll just put can substitute for other effects.
Sure, that sounds right.
Oh, the one last thing I wanted to do, I think I mentioned it like 45 minutes ago. I wanted to check on what the clamshell can be used for, like do some sort of research on that.
Yeah,
I got some of that in my
that one's
inventory too.
pretty simple. Like it's just the clamshell it's fairly hard. It can be used like as an armor almost to some extent. It's not very brittle. It's fairly tough for what it is. For a clamshell, it's pretty tough, and like it's got some magic components to it. It also gives you you might guess based on the creature it came from, it has some psychic properties. So it can maybe it can be like ground for like it's like a potion of mind reading. It could be used for like armor to some extent. So it has some,
I mean,
that
could make it like into like a circlet of like mind shielding or something like that. So it kind of like my ring or something like that.
Yeah, that could be perfect, possible. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
So I could basically use it to like make an actual mind shielding ring rather than like my infusion version.
Yeah,
it's almost basically think of all my infusions as like prototypes. Like they still function like the actual thing, but they're not as permanent.
Okay.
They're like a template.
Okay.
They're another way of like looking at it is like they're like I know like the blueprints I just made manifest into existence.
Sure.
I have to understand it, and I can just infuse that knowledge into an object, and it becomes the object.
Okay.
Yeah, artificers are weird in like how they actually make things.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But,
all right.
So I kind of mentioned this when we originally started back at around the start of the whole thing, but for next time, I can't be here on the 24th of March because I will be doing a movie marathon pretty much the whole day. So,
Cool. What movie are you watching?
Lord of the Rings, all three movies, movie marathon at a theater. So
10 hours.
12 noon to
At least, yeah.
12 hours
Oh, 12.
because it's
Director's cut?
extended versions.
Yeah, long.
Yes.
extended.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Nice.
Because they basically said like the Return of the King will start at 8 p.m. and will end around midnight. It's 4 hours long.
No one in the
Damn.
background. Just like it's
There's going to be intermissions and stuff like that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
okay.
no.
So
I did that, but each day consecutively, not all in one day.
Yeah, no. This will and this will be like on a Sunday, and I think I took the day off. No, I didn't. I'm gonna have to take the day off after that because I'd be like leaving at midnight, coming home like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then it's like I'm in work at 9 the next day. It's like no, I should adjust.
Mm-hmm.
So the 31st is Easter. The 17th is St. Patrick's Day. If that matters to anyone,
celebrate
it really doesn't matter to me, to be honest. But
So really, it's like the 3rd,
I don't have
10th, or the
anything for
17th.
St. Patrick, so.
Yeah, I could do 17th also.
17th is. What about you, Jimmy?
Yeah,
I have
Do
no
you do
allegiance
anything
to St. Patrick, so yes.
Okay.
you have not sworn
17th.
an oath to him.
Well, he's
My middle name is Patrick. You'd think,
Hey,
but no, I don't care.
he's in New York. He's not in Boston. He's not in Chicago.
I'm in Boston.
Boston, yeah. All right. Okay. So 17th seems best for people. Okay. I
That's
will
a
update
good
then.
one.
I'll do that then. Okay. I will. I'm just gonna take the one we have and just keep. Actually, no, I'll just say I'll just keep doing it. I'll
I
just,
mean, technically, it is the 3rd week of a
Yeah.
month, so
Yeah.
it kind of it's the right
it works.
time, anyways. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Sounds
It
good.
was good night.
I will ping it. I'll pin it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and cool. Yeah, we're good. Guys.
Are we off there, or is
Oh, sorry.
Recording?
I'll
Still is
show
on
us.
air.